Tra la 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 la. Tra la 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 la. Seth touched my ding ding dong. Seth touched my ding ding dong. Seth touched my ding dong. Seth touched my ding dong. Cause he's gay as fuck. Seth touched my cock. Cause he's gay as fuck. Seth sucked my dick. Cause he's gay as fuck. Seth touched my dick. Cause he's gay as fuck. Seth touched my cock. Cause he's gay as fuck. I gave him lockjaw for like a week, bro.
I like hand jobs.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Shitty Podcast. Joined here today by...
You know, I really thought we were going to fight over the top spot that nobody spoke, so it's your boy, Dragon, right here, starting it off.
Actually, the goat.
Rusu. Should I say more?
It's like Bacon's a little antisocial. Is he even here?
Hello?
I don't think
Buddy?
I don't think Bacon's
Bacon! Buddy? Where'd he go?
He died.
Shit, I said everybody ready. Everyone said yes, and then he bounced. He probably is like that one day when we were trying to film. He went to go get a pizza. He's like, hold on, my pizza just came. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean? Bacon. He's hit his mute button. I don't think maybe...
I don't think his mic's working.
Shit, buddy.
Oh, it just...
Hey, there's a little bit of green. Is he coming back? Can Bacon say, hi, I'm Leroy?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
there he
Music on,
goes.
so it was like, fuck. Okay, so let's just start this over, please.
God damn it. You
I
can just...
kind of want to keep it
You
in.
can introduce yourself if you want. I'm not fucking re-rolling this shit. You're the last one to be
Okay.
introduced.
I am more Bacon Hater. I am Leroy Bacon Penis. I am Bacon YouTubes. Follow me on my YouTube channel.
Pretty sure it's called subscribe, but moving on.
Follow my
It's
YouTube.
okay.
I will leave everybody's like social media or YouTube, and only one. I'm not putting like your Twitter, Instagram, everyone's individual shit. You get to pick one, you motherfuckers, and that will be the one in the description for you. Lead them right there. Huh?
Rooster.
Put your channel on there.
Stu's got a
Rude.
channel?
Bro. He does have a channel.
What? Oh yeah, I forgot his gaming content. Everyone check out Stu's gaming content. Link in the description when he sends me the link in Discord. We got one for Regan Taylor as well, Mr. Hogback. So today we've come to talk about some of the old PlayStation days. That's kind of how me and Hogback and Bacon got to know each other. Really, that's how me and Brandon got to become close friends, is because of Super Smash Bros. So it's like video games has always been used as something to bond with, other people, and it's amazing that I've been able to meet like so many different people from different states, different countries, all because we were brought together by the same game. And that's what we're kind of here to talk about today. We would have had TC with us here from the first episode of the Shitty Podcast, but the day we were supposed to film, he decided he was going to go over to this girl's house to try and fuck her, right? And this girl starts having a panic attack. So Seth used the panic attack as an opportunity, which Seth is TC. For you who don't know, TC is Seth, same person. Seth decided to try and fuck this girl while she was having a panic attack, which caused more of a panic attack. And I haven't talked to them since then, because that's fucked up. So we're just going to say one more time, fuck you, Seth. Just for the last time, just fuck you, Seth.
Yeah.
So
Zombies with ones. Fuck you.
I'm gonna...
Girl with the panic attack is cock fairy.
Right, like, buddy, I don't understand. That's what we're gonna talk about today. That's what one of the main topics were gonna be if we filmed yesterday, like we were supposed to, or 2 days ago. Like, we've been trying to film the past couple days, and she's been busy. The day we were all down to, Seth bailed out and was trying to fuck this girl. But that's what we were gonna talk about. Is ever since the beginning of time, I swear to God, ever since the sun rose and Seth came out of his mother's pussy, he's always been going for goth and emo chicks. Which brings us to the story that I'm going to pass it over to Bacon for, because I saw he did a video on his YouTube channel talking about it. So I'm going to let him kind of do a little summary to let you know kind of like what kind of guy TC SNS Boy 99 really is when it comes to his women. Bacon, take it away.
Okay, so I want to say it was like 5 or 6 years ago this happened. So basically, what happened on Black Ops 2 on the PS3 days, we met this girl on Zombies, me and Tim, and her name was Goth Fairy. We just call her Cock Fairy because she just gets so mad at us. And so, you know, and then later on, we introduced her to Mr. TC, joins along. And TC basically tries to seduce Goth Fairy to like a party chat. And you join the party chat. Party chats on PS3 suck, by the way. It's just bullshit. But they joined the party chat, and all it was TC moaning with Cock Fairy, and he would let me join the party.
I was
and
there.
She, like, freak out at me for no reason, and it was so sad. It was just so sad. It was funny though.
Wait, so you joined and they were moaning?
Yeah, TC was moaning with them.
I was there with him that
yeah,
day.
baby. Oh yeah, baby. Keep going, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Honestly,
like that.
me and Bacon will reenact it. I will be Cock Fairy, and he can be TC. We'll just reenact it for you. All of a sudden, me and Bacon are just trying to play some fucking Call of Duty Zombies. We see that Seth is on, and we join his lobby. And this is what we get. Take it away, Bacon, and then I'll kick in with mine. You can be the male.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, keep going.
Oh,
Go,
Seth.
keep going.
Oh
Keep going.
my God,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Oh my God, Cock
Lick
Fairy.
my pussy.
Oh.
Taste me like a lollipop candy bar. Oh, your special cream. Oh, baby. Oh, fuck, Bacon and Tim were in here the whole time.
Who's bacon? What do you mean bacon? I thought that was food.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon hates bacon. Dude, I love when they used to say, more bacon hater, why do you hate bacon?
Like the people from like the South. More bacon hater. Why do you hate bacon? Those were the days.
It's weird. You got asked that a lot, actually. Like, we'd be in different lobbies in Black
I
Ops
get
2.
like every game I
and
join.
every fucking
they'd be
day.
Like, bacon hater. Why do you hate bacon?
Yeah, everyone was so mad at him because they thought he hated bacon, and everyone would ask me how to pronounce my goddamn name. Someone called me Tim Sean. Tim Sean.
Someone called me Rooster.
You see, my PlayStation gamer tag was never hard to get. Hogback.
I see my gamer tag once a day.
Hogwarts. Dragon Slayer.
You'll be surprised how many people you run into named Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be surprised how many people you run into named Hogback.
Is it a lot?
No, not a lot at all, actually.
I've never ran into anybody called Tim Sidey.
Don't think I have that either.
If you Google
Brandon.
me, I'm the only one that comes up in the whole wide world, every country. And I've always said that I wanted to do that. I think I've said this on a live stream before, on Instagram Live with Bacon, is that, like, that's what I think is cool about even, like, gaming. It kind of opened up the opportunity for everybody to be able to create their own, like, online name. Like, their own, like, code name or, like, their own identity. And that's where, like, when I was 11, that's when I created Tim Sidey, and it was like, because there's so many Jordans out there, or like even your full name, first, middle, and last. There's so many people with the same exact legal name as you that the government has to use a social security number just to identify you as a person. Like, you are a number. That's literally how you're identified. So it's like, by being able to create something that only, like, me, myself, like Tim Sidey, no one else in the whole fucking world. You look them up, it's just gonna be me. Like, I created myself an identity now. As opposed to, like, you type in my full name, and you'll find a whole bunch of people and images. Like, that's what I think's cool about gaming in itself, is it just opened up a lot of potential and opportunity for people to really grow. And then they carried over the names and stuff to, you know, YouTube channels and different things like that. But really, it all kind of started, it seems like, in, you know, gaming.
That's true. Gaming. Oh man, I wouldn't be here without gaming because I'm friends with Dragon Slayer.
Hi.
Shit, I wouldn't be.
I remember when we met.
I would have no idea who anybody in this call was if it wasn't for gaming.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty- Bacon doesn't even live in the same country.
Nope.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he lives with polar bears and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Polar bears and French people.
Mm-hmm.
He stays in the igloos. There was one time he was telling me he rode on a polar bear and he had icicles as swords and they were battling. And then they had to take over their
yeah,
side of
man.
Canada. So once they take over their side of Canada, they decided to create balance and power. They needed a strong prime minister.
He lives in a
ISIS
place
to the
where they
battle.
think bologna is bacon.
He brought ISIS to our battle.
Oh yeah, he said, ISIS members? That's all right. You can stay in Canada.
That's all right. You can come to our country. That's fine.
Slavery? You know what? Yeah, come over here.
Wait, Leroy, were you always in Canada?
Yep.
My mind's blown.
Didn't you
That's why I
say?
hate bacon.
Didn't you say your dad? What military did he fight for? Was it the Canadian military or the American military? Because wasn't
Nate, he was in the Air Force, so he didn't really go like overseas and stuff.
didn't you come to Texas a couple times? You came down
Yeah,
to
I
the
used to live
States.
there. I used to live there.
You
So,
still
how'd
live
you like
there?
No, I don't. It's been like 9 years since I lived there.
No, that's what I was asking. I was like, I thought you said I still live there. I was like, what?
How'd you like
No.
it?
Were you born in Canada?
Yes.
So you moved to the United States and then moved back to Canada.
Yes.
I wish I
Wait,
could do
so
that.
you're not a Canadian citizen technically? You're an American citizen?
I'm a
Wait,
Canadian
Yeah,
citizen.
he was
Did you
born-
wait?
both.
Did you get Canadian? Wait, so were you born in Canada? I'm
Yeah.
missing it.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said you were born in
No.
the States and then you went back to Canada.
No.
Dude, I'm mishearing
No.
everything. I need to listen closer. I'm trying not to move so my mic doesn't make the static sound.
The real question is, did you like America?
Texas was so much fun, so I would say yes.
God, that microwave of a state.
Do you feel like you have more like freedom in Canada, or did you have more freedom in America, or is it kind of equal? Like, can you tell a difference?
Yeah, I could tell the difference.
I have a friend that lives in Canada, like a real life friend that visits his family down here.
He said a real life friend. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys,
he's-
disregarding you.
He said he lives in the hood kind of Canada, but it's not like the hood like America with like shootings and robberies and stuff like that. It's so weird how he describes it. He calls it the hood. He said there's never robberies or shootings. I'm like, well, that's not even a hood.
Yeah, what?
It's just a suburb.
It's the hood. Sometimes people just get slapped. Like that's the Canadian
Someone on a
hood.
car hit a mailbox and they'll call the cops on him, and that's our hood.
That's the Canadian hood. You just gotta be afraid you're gonna get bitch slapped too hard or
That
backhanded.
kid stepped on my lawn and broke my flower light.
Hey, he spit on my grass. That's what they go to court about in Canada.
Is this true?
I heard.
Could
the
you
school system
imagine?
there is A's compared to what we have.
No, I'm sure the prime minister is providing a great education for the Canadians.
I mean, like how they don't get
Yeah, he's
summer breaks.
providing
They
a
do-
great education for like the ISIS members.
oh my god.
Canada's the middleman for oil.
He said, ISIS, you need to learn how to make bombs? We got a school for that.
Take some Works toilet bowl cleaner, put like 3 tablespoons of it, put a
He's-
couple tinfoil balls in it.
He's really got like this secret to like take over fucking America. He's like, okay, guys, so we gotta bring in the
Launch
ISIS members. We're gonna train them here.
we gotta play their theme song as well.
Gonna bring them here, train them, use them to fight the Americans, so the Americans won't know it's Canada, and they'll keep attacking Afghanistan and areas out there. That actually would be a smart plan if your prime minister was smart. He could actually
Blame
fuck with
Bush.
America. He could literally use the ISIS members that he's like buddy with, and for real use them to attack, and we would have no idea it was Canada, because Canada is so like stays out of shit for the most part. Seems like so it's like that
No,
would
I
be
mean-
so unexpected.
Honestly, Step Brothers is the reason we're at war with the Middle East.
I love the Step Brothers movie.
Why is that?
That's a great movie.
Because of the song they made at the end.
What's the song? No, what? Like why?
That was like one of the first few lines was running out of gas, call the Arabs. That was literally like one of the within the first 30 seconds of the song he said that.
That's such
Wait,
a good movie.
Is it in
I
the
strongly believe that they are he is the reason we're at war with the Middle East.
like Step Brothers movie?
Yeah,
That was wait, what song? Where they were singing like at the helicopter?
the wedding. Yeah,
I thought they were like singing that like German. Wait, I'm gonna look this up.
it was after the wedding. I'm pretty sure it was at the end of the movie.
Oh wait, was it during like the credits?
It might have been. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I just remember the song.
It's also been a long time since I've seen that. Running.
I think some of the best moments I had from the other gaming days were when we did have the ZDSB, which I don't think we've talked about that yet, but we used to have a clan group called ZDSB. It stood for Zeke Dude Sucks Balls. Zeke Dude was this kind of like squeaker kid. He had a really, 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 really high-pitched voice, and I remember meeting him on, I think it was Hardpoint with Bacon. We were playing Black Ops 1. I think it was Hardpoint. And I remember me and Bacon were like holding down this area really, really good. Like we had like I think I was up to a 13 kill streak or some shit. And then like Bacon had my back. He was like behind me in like the other corner, fucking sitting there in the corners like guarding the hard point. And the whole time Zeke Dude keeps dying, but he's like screaming as loud as he can with his squeaker voice, like telling us where to go. He's like, go to the east, east! And it's like, what the fuck? Like, he was using different, like, north, south, west, and east directions and shit. I'm like, buddy, there's not a compass on this goddamn game. And I'm like, I'm about to pull out my Jack Sparrow compass and be like, where's the Heart Desire? Follow where that is. I was like, what the fuck? But he couldn't even, he was, like, basically trying to be the captain. Like, he was the brains or something. He just didn't have the performance. And I remember me and Bacon just, like, making fun of him. And so he started fucking with them. We added him, and it just took off from there.
And then I met Zeke Dude in real life, and then met TC, Tim, and Bacon in the ZDSB.
That's what's interesting too, is like TC I knew in real life, Brandon I know in real life, like we've met in person. It's
in person today.
It's kind of like we exchanged. We kind of like took our friends we had met in person and made them friends with our online friends as well, and then we all just kind of became a big group. Like I just remember the dream team. We'd all go in as a group of 6. Or the times we go in as a group of 5, that would be funny. We go into like hardcore search and destroy, and we'd fuck with the one person that wasn't in our group, and we'd be like, "If you move, we will kill you."
Soldier, you die.
You move, you die, soldier. Oh, ignore me. Keep running. Poof. And then we'd all just like wait and die.
Too.
We would always end up with 5 because Zeke would have a bedtime when he got mad. So it would be his quote-unquote bedtime when he was getting shit on.
Oh my god.
Remember those times where like Zeke would bring his sister in and TC try to like have, a relationship with her?
Dude, if you guys would see her in real life, you wouldn't hit on her.
Is she
To be
ugly?
completely honest. She's not, she's about probably a 5 or a 6.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Damn, you have to send me a picture.
If I
TC
could
thinks
find one.
she's a 10, so
Yeah.
TC thinks everything's a 10. Like that mustache girlfriend he had. He literally had a girlfriend that had a fucking mustache, guys. I
remember that.
promise you.
Fuck. When was that?
Last year,
was like-
right?
no, I think it was like 2 or
2
3
years ago?
Did you like mention it
Yeah.
to him? That
That
Well,
was they had this like manager.
I remember the time we're like, TC, your girlfriend has a mustache. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was like cool with it. I was there. He was just cool with it. He was just like, yeah, I know. And I was like, I even called him out. I said, are you just cool with that? And then he just like, oh, dude, I'm so high. I'm like, no, answer my fucking question. I'm like, are you cool with your girlfriend having more facial hair than you? I'm like, come on. Like, my guy. I'm like, Jesus, he takes anything. Like, I swear to God, there could be some prostitute that comes out of the trash can, and Oscar the Grouch could go, I had a good time, and he'd still fuck it. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Poor boy's gonna get STD.
He's gonna meet Cockfairy real life and try to fuck her.
He's like, Mom, please smoke some of my weed.
He's gonna be like, hey Zoe, that's her real name. I still remember that. Hey Zoe, let's fuck.
Zoe, can I fuck you and your foster sister?
Can you shave first so it doesn't tickle?
We gotta talk about that.
He got so excited.
wait, Joel.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Seth's little like fuck buddy, Goth Fairy, or we call her Cock Fairy to make her mad, so I'm gonna refer to her as Cock Fairy. Well, Cock Fairy, she was, I guess, in the foster system, like she was in foster care, and she told us about the time that she had sex with her foster sister. Like, apparently her foster parents were upstairs or sleeping, and they, like, snuck out of their rooms, because I guess they're not allowed to leave their rooms at night. And they snuck out. And she started, like, eating her out and shit, apparently, and they, like made each other come.
Oh.
Interesting.
She told us all about it. She was like, and then she got mad, though. Like, I don't understand. She would tell us shit that like you wouldn't think you'd want anybody to know. You just keep it on the down low as like your little like private like passion session or whatever. But like she's out here telling us, and then when we like would bring it up, she'd tell us like she'd get pissed off and scream. She'd be like, "Bacon!" She'd like scream at him, and then be like, "Don't judge me, you don't know me," and then she'd kick us. She'd kick us from the lobby. I'm like, "Bitch, I know you from the facts you've given me. So when you give me these stories and these facts and these events, I'm going to judge you off of those. Yes, it just happens."
And then she would like bring her boyfriend in, and he sounds like super depressed all the time.
Well, yeah, that's
Oh
what didn't
my
make sense.
gosh.
She had a boyfriend, but she was still like keeping it low key with TC,
And she was
online.
like the biggest Insane Clown Posse fan ever. I like this them, and she got so mad at me. I'm like, "Oh, you're a fan of Insane Clown Pussy." She got so mad and she kicked me.
Oh yeah, she used to get pissed when we call him that because I used to tell her, I'm like, Eminem's better. She's like, they fucking beat Eminem in that beef. I'm like, no, how? How? They came back with a song called Slim Anus. They're like, chicka chicka Slim Anus, and they were like going over his like the real Slim Shady song, or no, my Hi My Name Is song, and they were like Slim Anus the entire time. He's like, and like in his song he responded, "Damn right, Slim Anus, I don't get fucked in mine like you two flaming faggots." But you're gonna tell me that they won because they said he had a slim asshole? What do you mean, cock fairy? She's
Yeah,
fucked
dude.
up.
She is.
She honestly so fucked up.
He dated the goth or cock fairy.
Yeah, he was like an online thing with Goth Fairy. He would like, I'm pretty sure they probably low-key exchanged nudes and we just didn't know about it, but it honestly would not surprise me. And they're the type of fuckers to be like, take a picture and then like put in the USB into the PS3, upload it onto the PS3 just to send it through PS3 chat. Like they're one of those kind of people.
And he uploaded it to his Black Ops 2 emblem.
He got so horny he couldn't get anybody in Missouri, so he's like, Goth Fairy, please. And then the girl was
You're
having
the only one.
the girl was having a panic attack, so he was trying to slither into that pussy and still got rejected while she was panicking. She said, "Get away from me!" He said, "Please." The girl, he hits up the girl with the mustache, gets rejected. I don't want you anymore.
Tickle, just shave.
Your cock was too hairy for me. He says, "What?" I put up with your mustache for you. It's fucked up. You know, he's the type of guy to be like, TC, she's got a mustache, but he'd be like, that pussy's tight though. It's like,
It was like
it doesn't
our
outweigh
hairs
it.
combined like Velcro.
He's like, I like cuddling with her and playing with her mustache at night because I wish I could grow my own. Seth, if you want to learn how to grow facial hair, hit me up. I grow one wild goatee, buddy. You can hit me up on my YouTube page because I'm not hitting you up on any of my social medias. You're done. You got your third strike, buddy. Fucking cut us off when you moved and shit. Fucking made you a tribute video. Try to like make a little podcast to bring back old memories so you can all laugh together. And what do, buddy? What do? You bail out again just for some pussy that you don't get. You know, and I feel bad for you because I shouldn't, steep so low as, I guess. But I just feel bad that you live in that chaotic-ass house, my friend, with your father. And then you had to bounce and go to Wisconsin. That had to be a lot on you. So, the benefit of the doubt, buddy, I'm glad you turned out decently okay. Keep chasing those goth women. They understand. Their fathers didn't want them either.
Oh.
So, what do you guys think about that?
Wait, what?
Said Black Ops 4 coming out. Was that expected for you guys?
Oh, me and Brandon were talking about that today, actually.
It's interesting.
I kind of
it's
didn't
gonna
expect
be-
a fourth Black Ops, if I'm being honest.
I certainly did. I saw it coming from a mile away.
I
was
thought they
like,
were gonna make it like an entirely new.
I'm
Yeah,
expecting
title.
after this Modern Warfare 4.
I would love that.
Soon.
Honestly, that they said that Black Ops 4 was going to be modern, like our time, but to me it doesn't
Yeah,
really
sure
look
looks
very
modern.
modern. It still looks pretty futuristic.
I hate how a lot of games are turning to more futuristic too. I mean, like, I got a Switch recently. I said in our last video, Taff, that I was gonna get it in December, I got it sooner because I was like, I wanted to get Breath of the Wild and like Mario Kart and stuff. But Breath of the Wild, even that game's set in the future. Like Link's been asleep for 100 years and all that shit. Like every game nowadays seems like it's set really far in the future, and they're adding all this futuristic stuff to it. And
Well, maybe the terms like the robo-futuristic.
it's weird. It's just it feels like I think that's why in Breath of the Wild too, like Ganon has more technology and these machines and stuff. I feel like the games that we play are trying to like follow like with us, you know, like in our time. As our world is progressing, they're trying to say, "Oh, look, we have a game set farther in the future." Kind of like I feel like we've always done that, even TV shows. When you think about like the Flintstones, not the Flintstones, the Jetsons. Like how they had like face calls in the Jetsons and stuff, and that was like way before we actually had, you know, like Skype and Uvu video chat, and they were, you know, video chatting in that show. So I feel like shows and like games have always set, you know, like high standards for the future, and it's weird because it's like, how much of this do you think is actually going to become our reality, you know?
Battlefield 5, it's like the 5th World War, and it's just set us back because Battlefield or World War 3 and 4 were like nuclear bombs. Maybe that's like so far in the future.
Like, Call of Duty World War II could have been so much better if it was made by Treyarch, I feel like.
Who was it made by? Was it made by Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, Sledgehammer.
I never really
I
played
feel
World War
like-
II. That's why I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with PS4. I just kind of swapped over to Nintendo just because the only game I really play is Smash Bros. And I've been giving Fortnite a try on the Switch. It's a lot of fun.
On the Switch.
Yeah, it's a lot different on the Switch. I thought people would be kind of shitty on the Switch, but they're not. Like, there's still some competitive stuff. But I don't know. I'm not too bad. I think I'm already up to like level like 15 or 14. I don't even play that much. I was just like, I went on squads, and then I started doing like 50 versus 50 and shit. But 50 versus 50 just felt really slow paced, and I was like, fuck this. So I went to squads.
Now with the Switch,
It's not slow pace if you try on a circle the second it appears.
Yeah, the circle makes me like nervous, dude. I can't. Oh, I think I was saying this. I got second place on like my second or third time playing. I got second in squads. I was like sitting and I like built a steel box around me, and I didn't think this would work because I wasn't going for any weapons or anything yet. I was just trying to see how long I could survive by just hiding, you know. So I built this like steel cage around me, and like right on the border started to come, and there was like 3 people left, including me. There's 3 total. So and I like broke out of my steel thing, started running, and all of a sudden this dude's like. And he's all the way back in the fucking storm. And he's trying to rush out and kill me. So I was jumping all around. I ran to the storm just swinging my axe. It was like the most epic thing ever, dude. But I placed second. But it was so fucking funny. Because all of a sudden I turn around. These 2 guys are fucking shooting it out in the storm. And then they both turn to me and start shooting at me. Because they see I only have the fucking axe. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. But Breath of the Wild's been like an extremely fun storyline so far. Like, it's so interesting. And like the Switch is nice how... You know, I really like to just lay on my bed with, like, my pillow behind my back and just play some Legend of Zelda. Like, right now I'm on a shrine and I'm trying to solve one of the shrines. I'm really close. I just keep fucking up, and I'm like, God damn it. But there's a lot to do in the game. Like, I just feel like it's amazing how it's, like, handheld and portable. And at the same time, it's got these amazing graphics and has so much to the game. Like, it's, you know, obviously open world and everything. But, like, that fact that there's that much and, you know, it comes in that little tiny cartridge that it does. You know, it's just amazing what they can do. In one game. And it's like, I felt like I limited myself a lot to just one game because I used to play a bunch. But then I started just playing Smash Bros. A lot because the Wii U was such a failed console that, like, there was no games for the Wii U.
True.
None. None.
My Wii
Literally
U's not even
Mario
plugged in
Kart.
anymore.
Didn't they have Black Ops on the Switch? Or not
Yeah.
the Switch,
No, they had it on the Wii U.
Yeah, I had it for the Wii U.
Brandon had it. They really were shitty on that. Like Fortnite, they weren't, but like Black Ops 2 for the Wii U, there was just, I swear to God, all little
Bro, they
kids.
suck dick.
Wait, how was it on the Wii U, Dragon?
No DLC, no nothing.
Didn't even have the Peacekeeper.
I mean, did like a lot of people play it?
Not really, but it felt good styling on the ones that did.
He said, not really, buddy. There was like 1,000. Like I remember, because we were all playing. That's back when me and Bacon were still playing a shit ton as a part of the ZDSB, and I feel like I have to sneeze. Holy shit! Oh my God, dude.
Bless you.
Sometimes sneezing feels so good. Like you ever get that sensation? You're like, dude, I want to sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
I lost what I was saying. The
Oh,
sneeze kind of
uh,
destroyed my train of thought.
Zeke just texted me and said, "Tell them I said hi."
Yes, Zeke dude.
Hi, Zeke.
Yes. Tell him to drop
Zeke.
by. Tell him to drop by on Discord if he can. Tell him we'll have a little part where we'll fucking catch up with Zeke.
I don't know who Zeke is.
Zeke dude was a member of ZDSB.
Zeke dude was the inspiration
Proud
of
member.
ZDSB. Zeke dude is the reason why it was ZDSB. ZD stands for Zeke dude, and then SB stands for suck balls. Zeke dude sucks balls. That's our clan. And he proudly wore that clan on his name every time we went into battle.
And all I always remember his hairy penis albums every time.
I remember back when we had Xander and DJ sucked. DJ was horrible. He was the worst one out of the dream team. I'd say, like, the way it ranked.
Isn't that the guy who would bring his mic when he go take a piss? All you hear is him
Shit.
taking a piss with his
Yeah.
mic.
I think so.
Oh, he did
Xander.
that.
Xander was hella good. Xander was, I think, our top player. Well, no, because Hogback was one of the top two, though. When we had Hogback in there, shit got wild. So I'd say it was like Hogback and Xander at the top. Then it was kind of like me, TC, and then like Bacon there too. And then we had like DJ at the very bottom. He was ass. I remember one
I
day.
remember
14-year-old with a dream.
I remember that one day where Tim got that clutch 5v1.
Oh,
was at my
yeah.
My cousin's wedding, so I was like super drunk when I got home. And he posted that on the Shitty Bunch. What a channel that was. And I come back home, I'm super drunk. And you guys are like, no, Bacon, come in. You gotta play. You gotta play with the dream team. I play like maybe 2 games. I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. Those were days.
Dude, if you
I couldn't
you
play.
still
It
have
was
the-
so sad.
You still have the Tomahawk cross map shot on the ZDSB channel.
Yeah,
I'm
on my
looking at it
Mother
right now.
Gamer channel. Yeah. Tim
Oh
and
my
Steve
God.
were so excited. They're like,
4
oh my
years ago.
Yeah, man.
That's
Crazy. Yeah.
I see Bacon's intro, Tim's intro. Oh god, my intro.
What, for the ZDSB?
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to make a ZDSB YouTube. Honestly, me and Brandon have been talking about expanding Tim's ID and also bringing gaming content. And I was talking to Bacon about it. I haven't brought it up to Brandon. I forgot. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring our gaming channel. I think me and Brandon did talk about it actually a little bit. We talked about bringing on like Bacon and stuff when we were to game. But basically, we'd have like a set, people that we would game with whenever we play certain games. And that would be like the new ZDSB like series on the channel. It would be like bringing gaming videos, but with like the crew. But we'd be known as like the ZDSB.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could bring Smash content when it comes out, Mario Kart, really whatever. Some PC games, whatever works. Just kind of see where it all goes. Been just experimenting with the channel, putting out what I want. People like the shit. It's great,
The GOAT game, Pokemon Showdown.
Oh, you play that too?
Yeah, man.
Dude,
It's
that's like whenever
fun.
there's nothing else to do, I just hop on that and just fight random
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's like the greatest game ever.
Dude, I love the RNG in that game. It's so one-sided sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
Start
that
with-
game's balanced. Is it balanced?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, it's
game?
super competitive.
Jordan,
So
you
you
played
start-
it.
One person starts with 3 legendaries, and the other one has 3 different types of Ratatas.
Yeah.
And what?
Wait, what game
Pokemon
is it?
Showdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like random battles.
It's literally they just give you 5 random Pokemon, and you just fight with whatever they give you. And even the moves are random. Like you can get a Typhlosion that has Ice Punch. Like it's crazy
What?
sometimes.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Anyone play that
Typhlosion with Ice Punch, my ass. If I ever
Anyone
see a
play-
Typhlosion use Ice Punch on me, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Did you guys play that Pokemon game on the Wii? I can't remember what it's called.
What's it called? Battle Revolution?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just remember having like a whale, and it would just bring a massive wave every single time. I loved it.
And there was Pokken Tournament that was just like a huge fail.
I think
Huge
the one on the Wii was a fail too. I don't know if people played it, except me.
The one on the Wii wasn't bad. Pokemon Revolution, me and Brandon played that game all the time. He used to come over and we'd play the multiplayer mode where you had the 2 separate remotes, and we would like hide our fucking remotes from each other because you had to hit the little like buttons.
What did you do? Did we hide our remotes or were we face away from each other?
No, I'm pretty sure sometimes we face away, sometimes we'd like cover our hands, you know, we'd use one hand to hold it, the other hand to cover, you know, our hand from the buttons. Because like depending on the arrow you click decided the move and which Pokemon you attacked, if it was like doubles or not. We had a good time. I mean, like the Wii, honestly, the Wii was such a good console. I just think it's because of the pitch that Nintendo did for the Wii U. I think the gamepad was a good idea, but I think naming the console like Wii U was what hurt them. It's because naming it Wii U, people didn't understand, or at least like parents didn't understand the difference between a Wii and a Wii U. You know, it's kind of like, oh, the Wii U is just with the gamepad, you know, otherwise it's the same thing. So they made it seem like all you get is a gamepad, and that's all they really added. And then, you know, as opposed to the Switch, they really outdid themselves and, you know, gave a lot more opportunity, really, into game with others.
I think changing the color also helped a little bit with like making it distinguished.
Well, because I think their sales are already higher than the Wii U. Like, way higher.
Yeah, the Switch blew the Wii U out of the water.
I mean, like, it's a whole new idea. It's, like, crazy, because it's, like, it's literally a handheld, like, but it's, like, just like a home console. That's what I'm saying. It's, like, that's what's amazing about it. Like, Smash, it's going to be so dope to play Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Brawl? I love that.
Brawl is the first one I ever played.
That was the only one I've ever played. Oh my god, I loved it. I like the music and the story, too. I think I started having tears out of my eyes when I saw the robots die. Like watching them just blow up the bomb.
I wish I'd make a story
that
mode.
when they were on the island, the whole thing fell down.
I wish.
And then like Rob became a hero.
I used to
love
call
that.
him Wally.
Who'd you play as in a Brawl?
Everybody. I mean, like, my main character would probably... Because I didn't really have any main characters now. Because I like to play with a variety, especially with the new Smash coming up. But back when we played Brawl, I'd say the most characters we used often, I think... And Brandon might remember, too, because we played together all the time, like, one-on-ones. But I'm pretty sure I played Link a lot.
Link?
Yeah, I think I played Link a lot.
Cheeks and Brawl.
I played Snape. Snape and what was it? What was that? No, I didn't play him. I played King something.
Oh, King Dedede.
Yeah.
Dude, my old manager from Culver's, swear he looks like King Dedede. He's a big boy, and he walks around with his big hammer like, "Oh, I'm the store manager. I make the decisions around here." And then he's dating the assistant manager, and he's like fucking her and shit. So she's like really in charge because she like, you know, gets her way regardless. But he acts like he's the one with the big hammer. Yeah. I swear though, he's dead ass. Like if you saw him, like he's literally the same size, and his lips look just like him, bro. I couldn't even take him seriously after that. I'd always call him Dedede, and he didn't know why. He didn't know what that meant.
Where was this? Like work?
Culver's, yeah.
I don't know where that, or know what that is.
There were
Is that
some
Missouri
bitchy
or
people
something?
at Culver's. Like, I had one time where they asked me about cheese curds. They're like, "How do your cheese curds taste?" And I'm literally getting ready to hit the button on my headset to respond. And all of a sudden they say, "Where's Waldo?" Where's Waldo? From like the fucking thing on the, like the posters where you gotta spot out Waldo.
Tornado. Alright, it's gone now.
Feels good. I'm going back to college. Well, not back to college. I'm going to college soon.
Yo, same.
Not same.
Gonna be going back on the 6th.
Yeah, what are you starting? You're starting junior year, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my god, this game's loud. Okay. Yep. Junior year. I heard it's the best year of high school.
I could disagree with that.
No,
not even
no.
I'm going into my senior year this year, and I promise you, my junior year has probably been by far the worst I've had.
Junior
Yeah,
year
I
is the
know.
hardest.
Oh, you were sarcastic, dude. I hate junior year so much. I just ignored your sarcasm, went straight for the clap back.
I heard so many things of how people hate it so much, and it's the worst thing ever.
Dude, yeah, it was. I feel like it was the hardest so far.
That's what I hear.
I even had a lockout, and I still hated my life.
Well, it's kind of like junior year, because I felt like freshman year was kind of like they still treat you like middle school in a way, but at the same time they still expect a little more.
Freshman year was like an experience.
And then sophomore year is
It
kind
was
of like
more the learning the
you're-
high school flow.
you're kind of forming. Sophomore year, you're kind of shaping, what direction you're going to go, and especially courses and classes you're going to get out of the way, because in junior year you get more of like a selection. But junior year, that's the year where you really haul ass, where you get everything kind of finally done. Then senior year is where you just got to like literally barely any more requirements, like maybe one or two, and then the rest are kind of just like interesting classes or blow off classes. Depends what you want to do. I took more classes that interested me, but towards the end of second semester, I really regretted it, because like I took speech and debate, and I love those classes. I love debating. I'd love to do stuff like that on the channel too sometime, because it's like I love being able to look up different things and get facts and evidence and try to present that, because I feel like that's something that happens a lot. Is a lot of people try to use their moral reasoning over their like factual
So like,
reasoning.
nobody can tell him.
Tim, I think your thing's lagging.
Yeah, Tim, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I would agree with you if I understood what you were saying.
I was wondering.
I was waiting for somebody to tell him, and I'm like, is
I didn't want to
my
interrupt
phone
him. I didn't want to interrupt his train of thought.
Like, I was wondering if it was just me or not.
Yeah, I kind of was too.
Was it static
To
again?
be honest, I was waiting for someone
No,
to say
it-
something.
No, you were straight out like Robo. Your
Oh,
voice
it's
was
just
like-
it was the connection.
You were.
Can you guys hear me now? Guys?
I looked at voice connection and I was like, okay, it's good.
That was weird. I just checked mine. I cut off for a second, then came back. Must be that Spectrum again.
Dog, I hate Spectrum so much with a passion.
Honestly, I think that's what happened, because, like, all of a sudden, I couldn't hear any of you guys, and it cut out, and then on my side where it said voice connected, I wasn't connected anymore. So I think my internet just had, like, a fart. Just fucked
Your
up.
internet, yeah, it's had a seizure.
Usually mine's fine. Like, whenever I think Brandon gets the worst end of it, because we both have Charter Spectrum, but Brandon gets the dick most of the time. His internet goes down, like, so easy. Mine takes a little bit more, but his is like, I swear to God, like, the wind could blow the wrong way, and Brandon's router needs unplugged and plugged back in.
I hate it. Cheap news.
Oh, what about lagging?
No, about how I randomly disconnect from the party because
Oh,
my
yeah.
router would like restart.
Yeah, and then you
Spectrum would strike
disconnect.
again.
You disconnect from the game too.
That used to happen to Seth all the time, too. I don't want people to think I'm just talking shit on Seth. I'm just saying it because we're talking about old memories and stuff. I'm not dissing him. I remember back whenever he used to have his really shitty hard drive. And that was the biggest thing. He used to hate when we make fun of his hard drive. But he used to keep his PS3 on overnight for, like, his zombies and shit, because he was a hardcore zombie, like, try-hard. He'd get to, like, around, like,
Yeah,
what,
like-
120, 130 and shit, and he would, like, leave his PS3 on overnight so he could play the next morning. And, when your PS3 is, like, trying to keep track of zombies on, like, around 110 and you got your shit paused, I mean, it's going to overheat. So his hard drive died, and, like, on certain parts of, like, or certain maps and places that you would play on in Black Ops 2, his PlayStation couldn't do it anymore because his hard drive couldn't perform. Like, I remember every time Standoff would pop up, and that was one of my favorite maps because I'd always use the DSR, and that was, like, the great stage to use it on. And he would always beg us not to vote for it because his PlayStation would freeze, and he'd have to unplug it. So we'd all vote for Standoff. And every single time, as soon as Standoff gets voted, you hear him go, "No!" And then his voice would cut off, and he'd say, "TC is logged offline."
Wait, standoff was the map in
I
what?
remember all those times when we would play zombies and he didn't have a mic.
Oh my God! Back on 5 and stuff.
God, if
Yeah.
you played
Back on
zombies
the
and didn't have a mic,
elevator
you might as
and-
well just down yourself every
Oh,
round.
so that's the
Kino.
funniest shit.
Oh my god. He tried to like, we get to like round 20 and he would just pause and try to message us and there's like a whole crowd of zombies going after him.
And they're like chasing him and shit. He's trying to pause real quick. Because he knifes the door. And we'd be like, what do you want, buddy?
It would be like, we'd be like, Seth, we don't want to spend our money. You gotta buy all the zombie doors.
Right, we're like, Seth, I don't have any money. And he'd be scratching the door and shit. And we got like triple more than he does. We'd be like, Seth, I don't have any money. He's just sitting there, cling, 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 cling on the door. And then like we want to do it, so he'd turn around. He'd eventually cave in and buy it after he'd knife him enough times. He'd fall and we wouldn't revive him. We'd just get the weapons with all the money we stockpiled.
Or I just waste money and buy a jug and he gets so mad.
He really did get the dick. Like he'd be sitting there crawling. I remember that. There's what I can't remember how long ago it was. It's what you just said. I just can't remember what time it was. I remember I was just like running by into like the main theater, and you were getting jug, and all of a sudden you were like, oh, and then you like jumped out, and there's just a shit ton chasing you, and I remember him just shooting up in the air, and him just dying, and then sending us a message, and he was so pissed off. He was so pissed off. Because I think he was he getting jug? I can't remember if he was getting jug and then get knocked down, or it was something.
Something
He
like
was
that.
something like that. He got dicked on, and then we couldn't get him, and then he died and lost everything. Because he used to be the kind of guy that once he got one perk, he had to go and get every single fucking perk that fucking map provided. Like we would die, and we'd be like on a high ass round, and all of a sudden you go to spectate TC. He's got like almost like he's got he's got 3 guns. He's got them all pack-a-punched, and it's like, holy shit. He's got every perk in the game. You're like, how'd you even get this much money? Or the best thing is when he would like try to run after us, and we go into that teleporter thing that took us up to like the film room, and he'd be stuck down there, and we'd watch him chase the zombies. We wouldn't even help shoot. We just watch him chase them. There'd be a big-ass train going, whoa! And we just sit there.
I'd be like, oh, TC, you need some monkeys? Oh, no, too late.
And then when he got a mic, that was the best thing. That's
Oh
where
my
it
God, I
all
got shot.
took off.
Ah.
I miss playing as a group all the time. I used to have a little gaming chair. I'd sit back in, and they had like the speakers in the backside of it. I always turn that shit on. Always hear gunfire all to the sides of me, and then on my headset, back in its prime. I use the same headset as I did back then. I have not had a new headset since then. That's why I was mixed to static sometimes, because this headset's old. Had it for a long ass time. It's literally just the PS3 headset too, though. Like it was made for the PS3. Like you plug it into the PS3 port. So that's why I'm surprised. Like it's honestly lasted this long. And I think that's what's interesting is over time is like how much, things have changed. And even though we've all changed, like our personalities and stuff have changed, some of us more than others. I'm not saying that, like I said, as a diss or anything either. But like more of us have changed more than others, including myself. And it's weird to see like how throughout all this time we've grown and shaped into the people we are, and yet like we're all still like chill and like talk. I think that's what's cool about some people, while there's others where it's like it just doesn't work out over time. And it's nice to know that there's a couple of people that I know it will always kind of be there for years to come. And Brandon's one of those people.
Hi.
It's
see
like
Dragon. Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys know this actually, but I've known Brandon since 3rd grade.
Jeez.
I known him since Destiny came out.
I think it's been 4 years.
4 years? Oh my god.
All right.
Wow. How long have I known Leroy Jenkins?
It's been like 6 or 7 years.
Because it was 2013, 2014 era, I think.
Was
it?
I think it was.
No,
Yeah,
it had to be
2013.
before then, though, too. Maybe it was 2012,
Yeah.
2013, because I remember you were active
Yeah.
on Origins all the time. Origins, you were always commenting.
I remember now because I had Black Ops 2 when it first came out in 2012. And you guys would only have Black Ops 1, so I always have to come back and play with you guys. And then you
That's
guys
all
finally
we
got...
play.
Yeah. And then you guys finally got Black Ops 2 for like Christmas or something.
Seth got it for Christmas. I ended up getting it from this kid named Dalton. Dalton gave me a bunch of his old PlayStation games because he didn't want to play it anymore. He gave me like a controller and a shit ton of games, and one of those games was Black Ops 2, and I was just like, oh my god, fuck yeah. Then Seth, like, since he's poor or whatever, he had to get it for Christmas. Dude, Seth was so poor that Brandon's mom literally bought him sandals. You remember that,
There's
buddy?
another-
Yeah, I remember that.
Your mom literally bought Seth Nike sandals because she felt bad for him. And I just want to make an announcement real quick. I guess Hogback Regan didn't want to cut me off. He sent a message, said, I have to go, guys. Thanks for having me. I got to pack. We are moving soon, so I have a lot of work. Love y'all. So I just want to say thanks to Hogback for stopping by while he could.
Love you too, Hogback.
We're getting close
Me
to
too.
wrapping it up anyway. As I've said before, we usually try to keep these podcasts between an hour, and we're at 50 minutes now, so just about 10 more minutes, we'll call it a podcast. I like to chat for about an hour, talk, catch up about things.
One
Just
podcast
usually
will do
nice.
a 24-hour stream.
20, could you imagine? Oh, God.
Could we keep a conversation up for 24 hours?
I don't know. You know how hard it would be? I mean, sometimes we come to an awkward pause.
probably-
Like, there was one awkward pause in the middle of this podcast. That's what I think was very good, is we didn't plan this podcast out, and it seems like there's only one, awkward pause in the middle of the podcast. But other than that, I think it's been a very nice conversation.
Whoa.
I'm excited. I
I
think
know.
maybe we could do it more often. I'm trying to bring the podcast back more often. It's just hard to find stuff to talk about because, there's a lot of stuff, and I feel like gaming's something, and that's why I want to talk about it a little bit, but I feel like I've been a little repetitive, and I don't really want to talk about politics all that much because, it is what it is kind of thing, and it's talked about too much. So it's like there's really not a whole lot to talk about, but sometimes there are some interesting things.
That one time we talked I think 40 minutes just straight about politics.
Yeah, me and Brandon sometimes talk political and stuff. It's just,
It just comes up.
it's interesting, like race and different things, but that's probably for a different podcast episode since we already talk mostly about gaming. See, that's something to me, though, too, that's what's hard, is like, gaming isn't something that necessarily interests me as much as, like, the people around me and friends. I'm not a huge gamer myself. I used to be. I played video games all the time. But it was like once I got older, I started playing less, but I'll still play. I play a little more now than I did. And like I was talking about Breath of the Wild and stuff. Like I said, the only game I'd ever play is Super Smash Bros. And it's probably going to end up being that way December 7th. But I feel like I became less of a gamer over time. Like I just felt like life got busy, and it was like, I ended up getting a girlfriend, and it was like, a lot of time went to her, a lot of time went to work, and then especially this summer I've been working, like I said, 6 out of 7 days a week, and it's like I've had one day off, and it's like I've just been really busy, and I haven't had time to do YouTube, and so that's been kind of a struggle for me too. It's because I feel like if I'm not creating, and it's like even weird because I'll probably play this podcast back later and be like, I feel like we could have did better, and that's how I feel about everything, like on a real note, because it's just like I feel like no matter how hard I try, no matter how much effort I put into something, no matter how much I do, it's never good enough. Like even when I was watching back other videos or most recent videos, there's stuff that I could critique, and I feel like no matter what I do, it's like it's just the way my mind is, I guess, with myself. I always look at my own stuff, not even just my content, but things I do in my life. And it's like I look at it as like negative or like flaws or like I messed up or like, I'm always looking to critique myself and never just like pat myself on the back. And I don't know if everyone else is like that or if it's, just me,
I do know what you're feeling because, well, I mean, with my YouTube channel, I like every single time I'm like editing, I feel like I'm not doing anything right, or like it always could be better, and I feel like
Same.
It's just that's kind of good in a way because you always like strive to get better, but it's also bad because you never are fulfilled in a way. So it's kind of like double-edged sword. So it's kind of improving yourself in a way, but also damaging.
Well, it's what's-
Is that what it is? Like you're using the PlayStation to edit though?
Yeah, that's probably most of it.
Are you using a PlayStation, buddy?
No. I've Share Factory.
Yeah, there's
Jeez.
like this free thing called Share Factory, and like
Yeah.
I haven't
Huh.
used it, so I don't know how good it is, but I don't know if it's as good as like Adobe.
Not that great.
It's not even close.
Yeah, I use Adobe.
You are one lucky person. Yeah,
I mean, if you can
Share
get like Adobe or something like that, I can just tell you right now your quality will skyrocket.
Yeah, I use Adobe for like if you go like you saw TAF, I'm assuming like because you're my biggest fan. But if you've seen TAF, I mean like we've used Adobe for that, or even all the recent videos I've used Adobe. It's just like it's easy to use, and sometimes I can just do little edits or little things here and there. Most of the time, I won't edit the podcast really. Like it'll just be all pretty much uncut because it's a podcast. But for, Adobe, honestly, I've never used Sony Vegas, but I've kind of preferred Adobe, even though sometimes Adobe does have little glitches and some bullshit. But I've always been able to reach people like online from their business or whatever if I've needed help, and they've always helped me and stuff. Or sometimes they'll screen share and take over my screen and fix whatever's not working. Like there was this one time it pissed me off. I got so much editing done, and I went to go to file and I hit save as and it crashed. And it would do that every time. It would crash after I hit save as, and I lost fucking everything. And I was like, "Are you kidding?" I don't remember. It was like a couple months ago.
Now, is Adobe, what's it called? Because there's like a different amount of Adobes, or different types of Adobes.
I don't know. It's
For
the
video.
newest
It's
one.
Adobe Video Premiere or Premiere.
It's
something
Adobe
like that?
Premiere Pro. I have the whole thing. Like I have After Effects and I have all that stuff. I wanted to do stuff with After Effects before. I just don't have a tripod. Like I've done stuff with freeze frame. I've never uploaded it on TimSighty. I guess I could, but like I want to do little segments for a video, like try to add After Effects stuff just to make it look cool. But one thing I did in school is I did like a freeze frame. I kind of like dropped to the floor and like pushed out my hands. And then I had these two guys, like, it made them freeze. Like, they stayed dead solid. And I was able to walk up to them and, like, kick them in the balls and, like, walk away. And as soon as I did, they come falling to the ground and shit. Like, it was cool. But it takes a lot of time to edit little frames like that then. But, like, I've got Photoshop and everything, too. Like, I just did the whole bundle.
Well, don't mean to brag, but in Share Factory, I could put one track over another, so I could have someone talking and showing something else.
I think I can do
Get from your
something.
buddy.
I think I can do something like that.
Oh yeah, it's really easy on
Yeah,
Premiere. I
you can.
remember that from class.
I think I can do something like that. I don't know,
Well,
though.
yeah, what would you said how freeze frame takes a while? How long does that take?
Adobe to move, I was unaware that you could even unlink audio, with a video, so this is all new to me.
So with freeze frame, how long does that take to do?
Oh, freeze frame, my bad. I mean, the one I did took a little bit, but that's because I was learning it too. I mean, once you get it down, now it'd probably take me maybe like 20, 15 minutes maybe. I just never really edit, because like some of the shots and stuff we want to do, or ideas me and Brandon do have, because like, I've been collaborating with Brandon a lot more recently, because I feel like sometimes it's better to have two guys kind of like trying to decide where the channel's going to go. I sometimes pitch an idea to Brandon, and he'll be like, or Dragon, I'll pitch an idea to him, and he'll kind of like tell me what he thinks, and he'll critique it, I'll critique it. We kind of like throw out ideas, and then we'll bounce back and forth. That's kind of how it usually starts out. Like TAF was that way.
It was just an idea, and then it evolved.
I told him about TAF, and then he gave me like, I told him what I wanted to be, kind of the vision that I have for the series in the future. He kind of, analyzes it, tell me what he thinks good, about the plan, what's bad. And I think that's good to have, is to have a buddy there that can kind of say like, this is good, but this is whack. Like this could be better, So I think that's what's been cool about running TimSighty recently, and I think that's why you've seen such an increase in the views and stuff too, and like the people coming to see. I think that's why it's staying around 100 now, 150, is because we've been collaborating more, and you can tell the quality's been better since that.
With Dragon, when I run Idea Sim, I am very confused, because he's like, yeah, I loved it, and then dislikes it, or like comments.
Yes!
I've seen.
I do the same thing with Timmy.
Yes! What
It's
the
just
hell?
motivational support.
Motivational support. I'll check my video. My videos always start out with like one like, and then they'll have like fucking like they'll have like 4 dislikes. And then later people will come and start liking them. I swear to God, I got a group of haters. Like, Brandon jokingly dislikes it, then a couple days later he goes and likes it. But like, literally, I keep referring to TAF, but it's because it's the most recent from this video. It's like, that video got 5 dislikes so fucking fast. So fast it had 5 dislikes. I'm like, whoa. Like, I swear to God, I have people that come to the channel just to quickly dislike it. No matter what I do, I've always got 2 dislikes right off the bat. In the first hour, I'll give it an hour at the most. Usually it's like 20 minutes. But in the first hour, I always have 2 thumbs down. There's 2 people that just absolutely hate me. Torque Vlogs and Danny.
Oof. Probably is.
Rest
It
in
low-key
peace
is.
to
It probably
Torque
is fun.
Vlogs. You know, I feel bad for Torque. You know, Torque was on 2 and 3 of the podcast, and I just feel bad because ever since we told him he couldn't come back, because he's kind of one of those people that are just like, they're not very sincere. Like, as soon as we graduated high school, he stopped hitting us up. And so basically we were like, okay, dude, like, you know, if you're not going to hit us up, we're not going to let you on the podcast anymore. So we're just going to keep moving forward. We waited a couple months, which is why there hasn't been another episode of the podcast. And we finally decided, fuck it. But we didn't realize that removing him from the podcast would literally kill his YouTube channel. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or trying to, like, brag or anything, but his most recent video, when I checked out, we released content the same day. So I'm going off the day analytics. But after one day, his video, which was clickbait as fuck, said,
What was the title?
The title was like, what was it, Brandon? Some dramatic ass thing, like, I'm moving on, ... And it was him with black and white, like, staring at the ground or something.
I think so.
And then the video had 8 views in a day. Taff got up to 110. Something around there. And it was kind of like once we didn't like let him back in the podcast, his vlog channel just died, and then he just called it quits. And his calling it quit video literally only got, like, now I think it's like 17 views, and Taff's up to 150 plus. So it's like, buddy, you're taking an L. I don't know how you think you're taking a W. He's just really slimy because we work for the same place too. We work for a place called Annie Ann's. That's my second job.
Pretzels.
Yes.
Cinnamon pretzels. Can you give me some cinnamon pretzels nuggets right now?
Sure, buddy. But I went there and I wrote down his name on this paper because if you refer somebody and they work there for 3 months, each month that they're there, you get $100 just for referring that person. So we had a deal. We had an agreement that if I wrote down his name, we'd split the bonus money 50-50 every month. He pocketed every single penny, went out and bought a Switch with the money.
Oh.
So, Torque, whenever you're playing your Switch, you're playing your little Splatoon, just remember Daddy bought that for you.
Well, if we're going into view data here, I don't mean to brag, but my most recent one, which I released 2 days ago, it's chilling at a solid 5 views. So I'm chilling at the top right now.
You're getting there, buddy. Bacon's getting there.
We used to have videos just like that, though.
Bacon's been growing. Like, I'm not saying we're good. So that's why when I talk about it, I don't want people to be like, oh, look at him, his cocky ass self talking about his view count. I'm just saying, comparing it to when Torque was on this channel, when he was doing the shitty podcast, Torque had around, like, what, the same views we did? Like, he was getting a decent amount of views. Like, he had a steady audience, I guess I should say, because I don't know the exact view count. But he had a steady audience that would come and watch, and it would stay around there. As soon as he was cut from the podcast, he fell out, he stopped uploading, his channel died. And then he makes a gaming channel, and how can you even say it's your own gaming channel when you're like, oh, as he's saying, oh, this is my gaming channel, this is going to be an amazing gaming channel, blah, 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 I'm going to have great content. He calls himself a casual gamer because he's not good at gaming. But he's saying he's going to bring this, like, amazing content and shit, and while he's talking about it, he literally has gameplay of Nintendo's Treehouse Live. One of your first videos on your gaming channel is going to be you taking gaming content from Nintendo's official YouTube page and then talk over it and say, hey guys, welcome to my gaming channel. What are you doing? What happened to you? Like, you were actually putting out content. And the content was clickbait, and it wasn't very good. Danny was the only reason there was any comedy. You'd walk up to you literally went to the carnival, sir. Sir, you literally went to a public carnival in the middle of the fucking mall parking lot and said that you snuck into it. How do you sneak into a public fucking carnival? How do you go to an abandoned trailer park when Sunnydale? I know which one you were in. Sunnydale's right next to the high school we went to, buddy. How are you gonna say that place is abandoned just to get views? You see, like, your clickbait doesn't even match your videos. It's just misleading, and you manipulate it so you can be like, oh my god, look, it's dark outside, and there's some sticks on the ground. This place must be abandoned. They were trying to build a fire. It's like, what? I don't know, man.
Fire? I never finished watching that.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Speaking, I have another story.
Yeah.
So this goes back to like CDSP. So we had a member, basically named WK.
Was he the hillbilly one?
Yeah. He was
Oh
like
my
the one
god,
from,
I
like,
forgot about him.
Yeah, he was the one from like South Carolina or something like that.
And he'd always used to like hate. He hated black people though. I think didn't he cuss a lot?
Yeah.
He dropped the N word a lot.
Yeah. So basically, like one time he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, I got a girlfriend now." I'm like, "Oh really?" And you know what was sad about that?
It was
So
fake.
he goes on Facebook, right? He creates like basically takes like a fake girl profile picture and uses that as his girlfriend. And then he like sends it to me. I'm like, "Oh, so this is your girlfriend?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is like a motto." I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, what are you doing with your life? And he just kept on doing that on and on and on. And then like, what was it? Last year, he added me on PS4. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? How's your fake girlfriend?" And then he like blocked me after that.
Well, he always had a different one every couple weeks, and they were always
Yeah.
really, really hot. And I'm like, there's no way.
There's no way
There's
he
no
made fake Facebook profiles just to say they're his girlfriend. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Like, it's so fake. Like, stop.
He was like trying to flex. He's like, I got myself a girlfriend. I'm like, buddy, I really do, and I'm getting pussy every day in the back of my car. I'm like, come on, let's be real. At least I'm real. That's the thing. Like, that's why it makes me so fucking mad. Like, that's why when like people I feel like are gonna be like, all he did was talk shit on TC, and then he talked a little bit of shit on Torque, and it's like the reason that it makes me so mad with people that I used to be like kind of close to or work on, you know, different projects with, is because they acted like we were buddies. But as soon as they, you know, it wasn't benefiting them anymore, or like as soon as, you know, basically they just didn't want to fuck with me anymore. Like, you know, Torque's case, it was when we graduated. Seth's case, it was when he moved. It was like as soon as they weren't in the situation that they had to see me every day or as much as they used to, then it's like, poof, they're gone. And it's like, you know, and you think, you know, with the memories that you've created and the friendship that you built, that there's actually something there. Like, maybe there's a little bit of meaning. Maybe you can actually, like, care about each other in a genuine way. Not like I'm saying, oh, be a group of fags. No. I'm saying, like, you actually genuinely care about your buddies. But it's like, there are so many people that aren't like that, that when I find people that I thought were like that, and they were, like, I felt like they were using me for their personal gain the whole time, or they were just acting like we were cool just because they had to see me at school or stuff like that. It just pisses me off because I've said before, if you don't like me, just tell me you don't fucking like me. Then I don't care. I won't say anything. I won't talk shit. I won't speak your name. I'll be done.
That's what I do every day, and still people are like toxic to me. I'm like, if you just want to say you don't like me, just message me, and I'll be like, okay.
And I'll leave you alone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, Torque could have did the same thing.
I want to tell another story. So, like, I had this other guy, basically like a 13-year-old kid who thinks he's the best Overwatch player or whatever. I'm like, so he goes in. I'm like, he goes in, he's like, you know, like a high, just like one rank higher than me and like competitive. So he goes in, he, you know, starts bragging, oh, I'm, you know, this, I'm such better than you, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because like the whole time he got carried to like where he was. And me, I went from, you know, I started from the bottom of the pit into, you know, carrying myself up into where I am now, even though the game is trash as hell as now because all the new heroes just killed the game. But
Yeah,
it's just sad. It's sad.
Look at
Where
the
it's
hamster
like,
now.
yeah, hamster. in the ball.
yeah. He just OP basically. It's annoying.
I saw your video,
Yeah.
but I don't really know a lot about it.
Yeah, don't get
I
it.
used to
It's
play
just
Overwatch a lot.
talk.
But I know how you feel because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, Overwatch, as I said, but, like, I know how you feel because it seems like what you're saying is, like, he's overpowered and, like, he's made to be really good just so people will buy him.
Bayonetta,
Smash
Bayonetta.
Bros. Bayonetta.
basically he's there because all the girls nut at him because he's a hamster. He's gonna do this.
Oh, ew, gross.
He's a hamster?
Yes, he's a hamster tank. It's stupid. It's
This
the
is
most
not
stupidest design ever. Like,
Oh my god. You know what I
They
just
took-
thought about? What was that one movie called? Like G-Force or something with the...
I love
What was that called? G-Force with like the guinea pigs and shit?
Yes, I just watched that recently.
Was that what it is? Yeah, I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah.
Yes, G-Force. That's what he is. He's like one of those little badass hamsters.
The story in G-Force is like the guinea pigs is like I was bred in an elite squad and trained my whole life, and then you find out at the end he's like I'm just a regular guinea pig. I just love it.
yeah, but basically going into my story, I'm like, dude, I don't even care. It's like a 2-year-old game. Like, you're bragging about a 2-year-old game. That's like me going back to Black Ops 2, where I used to, not even Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 1, where I would care about my ratio. And then when I got to Black Ops 2, it was just like, I don't even care anymore. Like, my ratio went down so far. I just want to sit there, enjoy the game, and have fun with my friends and not care about my ratio, aka TC, and be like, I'm so much better than you. And it's just like, I don't care, dude. Like, I'm just here to have fun. Like, I don't even care about your ratio or anything anymore. It's just so sad.
Bacon was like, I'm here just to use the RPG.
Yeah, I'm just here to use the RPG. I don't care about your rank or anything. Like, you can be a tryhard. I don't care. Like, I physically don't care anymore.
Like Bacon already knows. He texted in the Instagram group chat for the tryhards, and he said, I'm gonna get a Switch and I'm about to lose to all the tryhards.
Yes, it's true.
Like honestly,
I just want to sit there and be, just have fun.
like I'm honestly excited for Smash Bros. 2 just for honestly not even competitive because I don't necessarily consider myself a competitive player, but I do try to be competitive in that game. Like sometimes I do really really good. But there's some days where I do really, really bad. But it's like I'm honestly really excited for casual play even in Smash Bros. Just because of all the new items they're gonna have, just to see what they have,
Didn't you say, Dragon, that Overwatch is ruined for you because of all the competitive?
Oh yeah, I played so much competitive, I burned myself out.
I just spilled
that's-
glue stick all over me.
Like I was diamond, and I just wanted to stop playing.
That's kind of what happened with me in Smash 4. Like
It's just so stupid now, and the community is just so stupid toxic. It's sad.
well, I feel like my community I guess Smash Bros.
I got
community.
messaged so much when I played Overwatch.
Yeah,
I either
me too.
get a message, or I get praised, or I get a message where I get roasted because I threw.
Yeah,
And
that's
send them a
basically
picture of my
Overwatch.
nose. And then they never message me back.
I sent a message on like Instagram. He got pissed because I didn't join like the team chat because I was running with like my own party, and I just go, "I love you too, buddy."
Oh yeah,
Don't
let me
worry.
tell you of another online friend I had. He got pissed when we didn't go in game chat. Remember
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah,
Jacob?
Jacob could get pissed if we didn't get in game chat on Overwatch.
Okay, so Jacob, he's this guy who's very competitive, right? He never played any other game mode, I don't think. Did he? He was like,
I don't
"Dude,
remember.
competitive
Now he
or
only
nothing."
plays Counter Strike competitively.
It was like the Nerf slogan where it's like Nerf or nothing. He was like, it's competitive or nothing for me, and then he like gets off, and then like he like always goes off, and he's like he always blames other people.
God damn it! I don't know why that made me laugh so bad. Like I just pictured it in my head. Like I don't know why I just pictured. Jesus, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh so loud. I'm just like I just picture that and like him saying that shit, and all of a sudden in the top left hand or right hand, depending, because if it's PS4, it's in the right hand, I think.
Jacob's left the game.
But it says he in the right hand corner logs offline after saying he's a competitive tryhard. He doesn't do anything else.
He is fine. He's fine, but
You'll never win.
He just straight up
I
left
miss
us for
those days.
PC though.
Spike
yeah,
was the best.
He's a PC guy now.
You guys remember
Yes,
PlayStation
man.
All Stars? See, now there's a bunch of memories I'm
Yes.
remembering. See,
That
that's
was
why.
a fun game because of how broken it was.
This is why I love to do like podcasts later tonight because it just hit 10 my time. At night I get energized. Like before when we started I wasn't energized. Now at the fucking this far deep in the podcast I feel so energized. Now I'm starting to remember a bunch of shit I want to talk about. I'm like, oh fuck, where was this shit before? I'm like, what just happened?
We always do like randoms on PlayStation All Stars, and like we always like hang up on TV.
Remember that one game mode we made?
Wait, what game
Yeah.
is this?
PlayStation All
It was
Stars.
a game for
All Stars.
PlayStation.
It was like
Yeah,
Smash Bros, but for PlayStation. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but I did hear of Kung Fu Panda Legends of Legendary Awesomeness, and that's like a ripoff of Smash Brothers on PlayStation.
Is it Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, look it up. Kung Fu Panda Legends of Legendary Awesomeness. I think that's what it is.
Here, I'm gonna
And
send
then-
you a link in the group chat to PlayStation All Stars. It explains what it is. It's literally though like Smash Bros, but it's just PlayStation characters, and the way they did it was different. It wasn't like based off percentage, obviously, because they would have been, you know, copyrighted. But I think that's
And
why the
I
game
would
was so
just-
hated, though, is because it was basically like PlayStation's version of Smash Bros. But you would, and there was really no combos. You would just hit your opponents, and it would charge up your gauge, and you'd get to like a number.
Oh no, there would be combos. Because I remember Raiden, he wouldn't let you touch the floor.
No, I mean like, but the combos weren't like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I mean, I guess you can say there were combos, but they weren't like as satisfying as other fighting games. Because in this version, you would just be like knocking the guy around until you could get to your level 3. And once you got to your level 3 gauge, that's like the strongest gauge you can get. You could just use that and just rape them because it was so overpowered. You'd take all their lives off the 3 gauge. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't exciting. It was only fun because sometimes it was such bullshit. So it was fun when we all played, like me, Bacon, Dragon, and TC. And we had this one game mode that we made up. And if you won, was it like you got the power to like make someone else change their character on a random thing if they got a good one? And I remember Seth got Kratos, and I used my power to make him change it. And he was like screaming, and she was like, I'm not changing mine. You guys always just come after me and blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, Seth, you can keep Kratos. And tell me why he still lost. He got 4th with Kratos. How? How? In that game, Kratos was unfucking beatable. I had Sackboy, and I beat him. Sackboy.
Sackboy was lit.
Big Daddy was dope with his drill when he was like boom, 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 and the whole fucking thing would just rumble the screen.
I
Oh, yeah,
remember
the whole
I would just go
thing.
on the corner, and I always pick Spike and just sit there and teabag and just spam. You'll never win.
Yo, you remember that Radic character? The person who could snipe you from across the stage?
Yeah, it took me a second. I remember you because you'd use him a lot. You'd sit there and then like he had the little laser that would go across the screen and then it would hit you really far away.
Yes.
I remember when we get Drake, we
Does
would
Dragon-
just get so pissed off.
Does Dragon
he's
do
so
the-
bad.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was
you
just
saying?
saying every time we get Drake, he'd like really be really bad, and everybody hated him.
And when he's saying Drake, he's talking about the PlayStation All Stars character.
Does
Yeah.
Dragon?
I don't want people to get that confused with Torque. Torque's real name is that name as well.
Does Dragon for you guys always find like that one overpowered mood and just keep doing it?
Oh no, he's having flashbacks to Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Oh my god.
I used to love Mortal Kombat and playing like I think I was more of a fan though of Injustice.
Story.
Injustice was an amazing game, and me and Brandon would go and play that all the time at my house when I had it, and I rented it for the Wii U one time, and that was honestly fun. I almost bought it for the Wii U. I'm so glad I didn't. But if they release an Injustice for the Switch, I think I'd buy it. Because I honestly loved it. Injustice 2, though, I didn't like the way they did some of it. Because I didn't really understand it all. Because it was on PS4. I never, got it. But what I didn't like is from what I understood. And this has been a long time, so Brandon can correct me if I'm wrong. Is like, I'm pretty sure he told me, and I witnessed it before. The more you play, the stronger your like, character's attacks and shit get. Because they get, like, to higher levels on your account or something.
Oh,
So, like,
that's kind of stupid.
isn't that what it is, Brandon? Like, if you play a lot, basically your character's stronger than another character. So, like, your character, say you're playing as, like, what the fuck? What are those characters? Like, Scorpion, and someone else is playing as Scorpion, but because you played more Scorpion, your Scorpion has stronger attacks.
This is a Mortal Kombat, right?
That's what I think. Brandon? Is he there? Did he bounce?
Internet.
Oh, shit, the internet. I guess we will never know. I don't know. He said something like that, though. and it was something along those lines. But
All I know is when I faced off against Dragon, my odds of winning was like 2% because I've lost so many games against him. It was all he finds like the one overpowered move of every single character and
spams it
on me.
Yeah, it fucking pisses me off. Yes, sir. Yes,
and then,
sir.
And I there's this one move with the hat guy. I'm not sure what his name is. I think it starts with an R. He would do his spinning attack where I couldn't block it, and I just stayed up in the air the entire match. And he was laughing, and I was pissed off.
I just got a text from Brandon, guys. He said Spectrum strikes again. This is why it's a shitty podcast, is because, randomly we cut out.
Everybody's dying.
Sometimes Tim Shitty trying to host his podcast fucking cuts out in the middle of him talking because of his Spectrum. Random Spectrum kicks in.
Sometimes a tornado comes in the mic with the wire.
Sometimes if I move the wrong way. Oh, I just heard a click come from Brandon. There he is. He's back. He's coming back. There he is.
I'm talking through the phone right now.
Oh, he switched to the phone because of his internet.
I think you can plug in your mic.
Spectrum striked again.
I think you can plug in your mic, Dragon, through your phone. So
Yeah, that's what I
That's
do.
fine. I like this.
Oh, I love it too, buddy.
we were just talking about how you find that one overpowered move in Mortal Kombat and spam it.
Oh, that was fun. I didn't let you touch the ground.
Yes, I just said that.
It's bullshit. He did it in Smash all the time too back in the day. He's gotten better about it. Sometimes we'll fuck with each other in Smash Bros. If we're playing the older ones. Even then we don't spam as much. But man, back when we played Brawl for the first time and stuff, honestly, the way we started out is I was better than Brandon. Then Brandon started playing more. But then Brandon started getting better because he used to do the fucking thing where I didn't have any patience. It would piss me off. He'd run the entire time. He would run all over because you couldn't have completely flat stages back then. You couldn't have, battlefield stages back then. It was just whatever the stage was with the hazards it had. There was no competitive version back then.
To the computer.
Oh, now he's back on the computer. But back then, he would just run the entire time. If he was Link or something or Fox, he'd be with Fox. If he was, he'd just spam his shit, run away, gain a bunch of damage, and then I'd keep trying to run after him because I, like I said, could not just keep standing there. And then he'd end up getting that one smash hit on me. He'd do a smash attack and I'd be dead. And I'd get so mad 'cause I'm like, dude, you're just running the whole fucking time.
This 100% sounds like you, Dragon.
That was the strategy back then. And that's why I'm glad they're changing the mechanics and stuff. I think Smash Bros. As a series in general, they've really grown. They've really learned from their mistakes. The first one was everyone being wow, this has never been done before. The second one, everyone loved it. The third one, people were what the fuck is this? And there was that random tripping, and that was stupid. And I think people were disappointed because, I think, what was the time difference between Melee and Brawl? Was it 7 years? I mean, it was a decent amount of time compared to the one now. I mean, it's only been what?
Wait, did Melee come out before Brawl? Or Brawl?
Yeah.
Yeah, Melee came out before Brawl, and then Melee was one of the fastest paced ones on the GameCube, and people loved it because of how fast paced it was.
It was the tryhard one.
That's the most competitive Smash that's ever existed, and I don't want to say it'll always be the most competitive one because of Ultimate coming out, but even with the way Ultimate is, I think people are excited because it kind of reminds them of Melee. It's really a mixture of Smash 4 and Melee. It's a little more faster paced, and the graphics, are better, obviously, but...
Is Melee the first one? I'm
No,
not
it's
sure.
No. Melee was the second.
Is the first one just called Smash Brothers Brawl? I mean, Smash Brothers Bros. Smash
The first one's just called Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so used to just saying
64
Super Smash
days.
Brawl.
And then that's when they came out with Brawl as the third one, and that one kind of was considered a failure and I think it's because of the demographic. I mean, they were going after a whole different audience, and back in the
Because
Wii.
they finally realized the competitive people are the ones that buy Smash.
Right, because I think they realized what Brandon said. It was they finally are going in the right direction with it, because Brawl was aimed more towards, I think, kids and stuff for the Wii and everything, and then once 4 came out, they kind of stepped it up a little bit, but there was still a lot of holes and stuff in the game, and they never fixed. So I'm hoping there's maybe an improvement now.
But they did have epic music for Brawl.
Yeah, there was a good
That's a good
soundtrack.
music on
Yeah.
all of them.
But Brawl, oh my god. that music gives me chills and nostalgia.
I think the one that was my favorite back then is when we played on the Snake stage, and it was like calling to the night to be, and it was like that dramatic ass
Oh, I
song.
remember that. Yo, that might be coming back.
I hope so. That was a good song to play to, because it was like fighting for what's right, and I was like, dude, I gotta win this fucking match.
The song that just got me hyped was like the main theme of Smash Bros. Brawl, and like it just gave me chills. Whereas like da dee dee da.
Da 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 da. Yes, sir.
Guy, huh?
Da 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 da
That
da 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 na da da na na. That's what we heard every day. Like, for what year was that, buddy? That was back when we filmed the last scripted videos too. We were always playing Brawl 24/7 at your house
He
in
would come
Remington.
over every single day, and we would play it for like 8 hours straight.
And then his mom would be like, "All right, time to eat." We'd go have a hot dog or two. We'd go back, keep playing. I'd literally be over there like by 4, and I'd be there. Well, sometimes, yeah, it usually was 3 or 4 back then in the Remington days, and then after that, it was kind of whenever. But we'd always play from like 4 to 9 every day and shit. And on the weekends, it's longer.
I think I remember one day you came over at like 8 a.m.
Yep. We played hella early. But I think we've had a pretty long podcast. I'm starting to feel kind of sick. I don't know what's going on. I just feel this really warm feeling come over me, but my room's really cold, so I'm like
Or
freaking
there
out.
5 guys.
I don't know. Do you ever hate that? Like, I'm getting this really hot, like, sweaty rush. Like, I'm honestly starting to sweat, but my room is freezing. Like, and I'm feeling so uncomfortable right now, guys. Like, it's the worst feeling. Like, I've been getting this, like, randomly lately, and I hate it. Like, that's what I felt at Five Guys today, and I'm starting to feel it again. Like, it's not even, like, stomach pain. It's just I feel dizzy and hot, and I don't know why, if I'm sick or what's going on. So I'm probably going to go lay down, so I'm going to close this podcast real quick, because it's been going for a little longer than usual, so fuck it. It's been a while since we've had one, but I'd like to take
Extra
this
long.
moment if everyone's finished and stuff, because like I said, I'm just feeling sick, otherwise I keep going. I don't know what's happening, so I just want to lay down for a second. But if anyone wants to say any last things before we sign off, shout out their channels and stuff. Like I said, leave links in the Discord chat. I'll have links in the description. Everyone wants to take their own individual time to shout out anything, you can go ahead before we close this episode.
Okay, who's going first?
All right, my first shout out is to a girl named Nari Piffy. Tim Shitty is not your mom. Just stop, okay?
I don't like her.
Anyways, shout out to anybody else on here. It's a fun podcast, and check out my YouTube channel.
Dragon, are you shouting?
I mean, I don't really have a YouTube channel, but you can friend me on PlayStation. Dragon Slayer 923.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, first, Tim Said, when you're going through, looking at this podcast, there's gonna be a point where I say, "Oh," really loudly towards the end. Yeah, a glow stick exploded on me, and that's when you hear me washing my hands. Second,
I like that.
Rude Stew, Dragon's also featured on there a lot
Yeah.
because he is my gaming buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Get this man to 100 subscribers.
Yeah, that's about all I have to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm, like I said, about to lay down, so I feel like I'm about to puke. I honestly don't know what's happening, so I'm going to skedaddle before that actually happens. Like, this is not a joke. I don't know what's going on. So, thank you guys for
Thank you
watching
for having
another
me.
episode. No, thank you for coming, buddy. Thank you for coming. So, until next time, this has been the Shitty Podcast. Bye!